Hey, what's up, savages all over the multiverse? You already know who it is. It's your boy, Mikey Savage 21 or MS 21, whatever the heck you want to call me. And today, I'm going to be bringing you a discussion video. Myself and my guests, we're going to be talking about the DC Cinematic Universe. We're not necessarily going to focus on the comic books. We might reference them, but we're focusing on the cinematic universe, because I don't know if you guys know or not, some pretty big news that's going to affect the DCC cinematic, whatever, however you want to call it. It's going to affect us in a pretty big way. Today I have my guest with me. You guys know him and love him. He's become a channel favorite and become a regular guest commentator on this channel. I'm happy to welcome Andy13 once again. What's up, bro?
What's going on, man? I'm just here to rag on some DC films. It's what I'm good at.
Alright. Now, guys, I want you guys to know that we both love DC with all our hearts. More so, Andy13 does. He is a diehard DC fan. But pretty much, we all know that Warner Brothers has been having some trouble with their films as of lately. So, Andrew, you were wondering, what news did I want to tell you? Because I told him I wouldn't tell him until the recording because I wanted to get his live reaction. So, we had two big stories drop this week. So the first story is we still have no director for the upcoming Flash film, which was supposed to be released, I believe, next year. But also along with that, it's getting a page one rewrite. So they're scrapping the whole entire thing that they already had before, and someone's coming in to do a page one rewrite all over again.
Oh my god, so are they pulling like an X-Men where they're going to use the movie universe to change the movie universe, or are they pulling like a whole reboot?
We actually have no idea. Again, remember, Famuyiwa was attached to direct it, and then they had some other directors circle around it, but it didn't work out with them. So now it currently has no director, and then now it's been reported that now someone is coming in to do a page one rewrite. And I'll make sure I have all of these stories linked in the description below so you all can go check them out for yourselves. But yeah, what are your thoughts on this, man?
Well, after the massacre that was Suicide Squad, I'm happy they're having a rewrite come in and be done. It's kind of iffy on the fact they haven't found the director for the Flash movie yet, because with it set to come out next year, I wonder, are we just going to get some crap fest that was thrown together for no reason, or are they going to actually delay it off? So around 2019, when the Shazam movie is supposed to come out.
Yeah, and also they have also confirmed that the Shazam movie is going to be split up into two different films. So you're first going to get the Black Adam film with The Rock, and then you're going to get a Shazam film. And they still don't currently have anyone slated to star as the character of Shazam just yet. But everyone is speculating that it might be John Cena because his acting chops have gotten a lot better over the years. He has great comedic timing in certain films like Trainwreck, and then he has some good dramatic chops as well because he's coming up with a new film that's going to star him and Aaron Taylor Johnson. It's like a war drama film. So everyone's speculating that it might be him. But yeah, they're going to split those into two films, and we're going to get the villain first, and then we're going to get the hero story.
Just like it was in the comics. Okay. I could actually see Cena in the role of Shazam, because you think about it, Shazam in his alternate form is just a 10-year-old kid blessed with magical power. So you need like an actor that can also tap into that childlike sense of wonder when they're playing the character, because basically what you need is a big dude, a big hulking dude that's going to fight, but he's going to crack wise and make jokes like a 10-year-old kid.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure John Cena could definitely do that because he himself, like you just said, is pretty much like a big kid. But that's, again, getting back to the Flash story. What are your thoughts on that, man? I know for me personally, it's a little disheartening because this film is going to have to outdo the TV series that we currently have with Grant Gustin. It's going to have to outdo it in terms of scale and everything. Otherwise, you're going to risk fans backfiring on it, saying, well, this isn't even as good as the TV series, and this is on the CW television. This is going to be on the big screen. So I can understand why they're doing a page one rewrite, but why did they decide to do it now? And again, that's still not even the biggest news story that we're going to talk about in this little discussion on the DC Cinematic Universe. But what are your thoughts on that, man?
Well, I'm thinking if you give The Flash that much hype, the movie that much hype, it might turn out like Suicide Squad again, where it was a bunch of hype and then it fell through. Because you think about it, the TV show's been on for years. They've got multiple seasons out. They've already introduced multiple characters, and to try to cram all that into 1 hour, like an hour and a half long movie, might screw the whole series within itself. And it might kill Ezra Miller's chance of being the Flash before it ever starts.
Right, exactly. And we already know that Justice League has done, it's finished shooting and everything. And the Flash is a big part of the Suicide Squad film, because he does make a cameo in there. And he is also a huge part to the Justice League film that's coming out in November. So they can't necessarily say, well, we can just scrap the whole thing, because once again, you've already announced it that it was supposed to be coming out in 2018,
also,
2019.
if you think about it, in balancing the Flash, I kind of want to see what Ezra Miller can do, because the Flash is one of the founding members of the Justice League. He had to be in that movie. He's one of the big 7.
Exactly. Right along up there with Wonder Woman and, of course, John Stewart. But getting to the next story that I know is going to actually make your head explode. So, you know how Ben Affleck was supposed to direct, write the script, and star in the new Batman film, right?
Yes.
And that they canceled the Justice League film for this new Batman film.
Yes.
Well,
wait, they did what?
As of last week, and this could all change again. We're recording this Super Bowl Sunday, so we don't know if anything is going to come up or change afterwards. But according to what has been reported, he is no longer...
So wait, they canceled the Justice League movie?
Yeah, they were going to do a 2-part Justice League film, and they said that part 1 was going to be released this year, and then they were going to release part 2, I believe, in 2018 or 2019. Now they've scrapped it because they saw how popular Batman was, and they were going to rush and put into production a Batman film that Ben Affleck was going to write, direct, and star in. But according to the latest news, he has actually dropped out. He's still writing the script, and he's still going to be playing Batman, but he is now dropping out as director. But what's weird is, a few weeks ago on Kimmel, he said live on television that, yes, I am still directing this film. There are some current problems with the script coming together and everything. So, all right, man. So I'm curious to know, what are your thoughts on the news that I just dropped on you?
A new Batman film with Ben Affleck as the titular character. Admittedly, he was probably the best part of Batman vs. Superman, and probably the best part of Suicide Squad. The extended edition, anyways. But the idea of another Batman movie makes me cringe. I don't like the idea of it. It's like another Superman movie, and I love Superman. I love Batman. Love them both. They're awesome. But the idea of them rebooting them so freaking much hurts my head. Because DC has all these other great superheroes. And all you ever see is Batman movies, Superman movies, Superman, Batman, Superman, It's just a regulating thing, and I'm tired of seeing it because I've heard that origin story so many times.
Well, from what we've heard from the early script details of what he's released, this film actually isn't going to be telling the origin of Batman, because we technically already got that in the crayon-packed movie known as Batman v Superman. So the storyline was going to focus on Deathstroke being the main villain, and that Arkham Asylum was going to be heavily featured in this movie. And then it's been confirmed that Joe Manganiello, the guy from Triple X, Magic Mike, the guy from Magic Mike who stars alongside Channing Tatum, is going to be he's been confirmed to be playing Deathstroke, and we already saw like some test footage of him as the character of Deathstroke. I don't think he said anything, but we saw what he looked like, and he looked phenomenal in his costume. He had the full get up with the whole yellow side and the black side. He had the red-eyed laser eyes. He had the guns and everything. And this was going to be leaning towards more so of a darker type of Batman film, kind of like we got with the original 2 Tim Burton films.
Okay, now that you've told me that, I'm actually excited to see it. To finally see Deathstroke on the big screen, to finally see that age-old rivalry go down, and watch Batman duke it out with basically what is his equal from the League of Assassins. That I want to see now. I'm actually hyped for this Batman movie now that I know it's not going to be another freaking origin story.
Now, are you sad that... Oh, sorry to cut you off. You can continue.
I was done.
So are you not upset that Ben Affleck's not directing it anymore? Because it just seems like lately Warner Brothers' track record with directors hasn't been so great. Because, I mean, look, they went through so many directors. You know, you had the controversy with Zack Snyder, and not everyone loved Man of Steel. Not everyone loved Batman v Superman. Then you had the controversy with David Ayer, because not everybody liked Suicide Squad. Everyone seems to be excited about Patty Jenkins directing Wonder Woman, because from what we've seen from the Comic-Con trailer and the new trailers that they have released for Wonder Woman and the TV spots, everybody's excited about that. But the fact that we still haven't found a director to stick on the Flash movie, because again, FAMU was supposed to do it, and then they had a couple of other directors attached before that, and they all dropped off, and they all pretty much said the same thing, said that it was an executive decision and that there was conflict. So pretty much what that sounds like to me is there are too many cooks in the kitchen, and Warner Brothers is trying to stick their hands in too much, because they're like, oh no, we don't want to do that, we don't want to do that, or no, we don't need to do that, this is what seems popular. Because your complaint was all they show is Batman and Superman. Well, that's the most popular movie characters that we have ever gotten, besides the Joker and Catwoman and Bane and Poison Ivy and that awful Arnold Schwarzenegger, Mr. Freeze and everything. We saw all of that. And then, of course, we got the great Jim Carrey doing the Riddler, which I absolutely love. And then we also got that awful Two-Face by Tommy Lee Jones. But no one has really been featured besides, Batman and Superman. Those are apparently the most popular characters right up, next to Wonder Woman and the Flash. So it makes sense that they want to make all of these films, but at the same time, it's just a little disheartening that they can't seem to keep a director for more than a couple of months, and it's always the same thing, or there was a bit of a conflict, or it was an executive decision. To me, when I hear the word executive decision, that sounds like Warner Brothers put their foot down, and we're like, no, we have a plan, and you're going to stick to it. And no offense to them, I would rather trust a brand new director than trust who we currently have. Not counting Mr. Johns, because I'm sure he's going to do a fantastic job. And he just started not too long ago. But the executive heads clearly do not know what they're doing. Because, I mean, again, look at the train wreck that was Batman v Superman. You could blame Zack Snyder and David Ayer for their both respective films and how they let it fall apart. But at the same time, it was because of Warner Brothers being so reactionary, because they were trying to stick their hands into everything, is the reason why the movies we've been getting lately haven't been up to par with some of the previous films that we've gotten.
I definitely do agree with you. They need to find a director that'll stick around, and Warner Brothers definitely needs to get their nose out of it. Because with that reaction, they're doing nothing more than pissing the fans off and make them not want to go see the movie, which is making them lose the fan base.
Exactly.
Because Marvel doesn't take that reactionary chain. Marvel sees what they have, they run with it, and they're just like, okay, you'll be okay with it, get over it. Whereas DC is like, we want to make everyone happy, but we don't know how to make everyone happy, but we don't know what to do. And it's not that easy. And honestly, now, looking at how reactionary they've been, I can see why Ben Affleck dropped out of that director role. Does it make me sad that he's not directing it? Not really. Because I've never seen Ben Affleck's directionary work. I don't know what he does. I don't know how good he is at it.
Well, let's just say the last thing that he directed was Live by Night, and it wasn't very well received. But other films that he has done, like Gone Baby Gone, and some of these other films that he has come out, he's just like won all these awards for his directing style, and he again is a fantastic actor. But he said one of the things that he said was that it was a little too much to try to star and direct and try to write it. And so apparently now he has the same guy working with him that also worked on, I believe, I think he worked on Live by Night with him, and I think the guy also had something to do with Batman v Superman that's working with him, along with Johns as well.
Well, I figure at this point it's best to just go with, let's see what happens. Let's see what they do. Let's see if they go overreactionary or if they just fall back, let the writers do their jobs, and give us an actually good story.
Exactly, because I mean, the one thing we can say is that Wonder Woman looks great and the Justice League looks great. But yes, what's to come after that is a big mystery, basically. But just kind of give my final thoughts on this whole discussion of the DCU I don't think it necessarily sucks. I think that Warner Brothers, like you just said, should just kind of step back and let directors do what they do best, which is direct films. You guys do what you do best, which is find the best talent you can find, put your trust in him, and again, let them carry the vision. Now, it's okay if you want to like oversee the script and everything, just to make sure everything is going okay. But at the same time, you don't want it to be a problem of where every time you cast somebody and you try to interfere with what they're doing, they're going to step down. Because otherwise, we're never going to see a Flash film. We're never going to see a Green Lantern film. We're never going to see a Cyborg film. Because again, they haven't even talked about Cyborg, and they already released almost years ago saying, yep, we're having a Cyborg movie. Yep, we're going to have a Green Lantern Corps movie. Yep, we're going to have a Flash movie. Yeah, we're going to have a Batman film now instead of having a Justice League Part 2. Oh yeah, we're going to have Man of Steel. We're going to put that in post-production, and we're going to start working on that now. So it just seems like they're too reactionary and that they can't seem to get their head on straight, basically. Because also, I almost forgot to mention, now we got Harley Quinn, who's going to be in a Songs of Sirens movie. And look, again, I thought she was great in the role of Harley Quinn, and I thought Jared Leto was good as the Joker, especially from what I seen in the extended edition. They showed more of that psychotic nature and that relationship that they have with each other. But I wasn't calling for a standalone film with Harley Quinn being the main feature and with him possibly being cameoed in there as well. I wasn't looking for that. I would rather just stick to the big characters that you have. Then once you have established your DC cinematic universe, then you can start telling like minor stories like Songs of Siren and some of these other characters.
Yeah, because I mean, now they're pumping out films no one is interested in, but I think we're going to have to do what we always do with superhero films and just wait and see. Hopefully we won't get another fiasco like the first Green Lantern movie.
I agree. But basically, guys, that's it for this discussion. We touched on a lot of subjects, the main two being the Flash and the Batman. Let us know down in the comment section below. If you're a fan of DC and you want to see the cinematic verse grow, post your thoughts down in the comment section below. What did you think of these stories? Also, don't forget, I have all of the stories that we referenced here today. I'll make sure I have those linked into the description so you can check those out. But Andy13, do you have any final thoughts, man?
Superman did not die. That is my final thought. That'll always be my final thought. Superman did not die. The meaning of life is 42. Y'all have a good day. I'm out.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to put up a big spoiler warning because we did drop a lot of spoilers for certain films. But thank you again, guys, for tuning into this video. As usual, make sure you rate, comment, and if you like what you saw here today and you want to see more, make sure you subscribe. It's free. Join the Savage Army. Become a Savage.
You will not regret it. The Savage Army is the best.
I can agree with that. Thank you again, guys. And as usual, I hope you all have a blessed day. Peace out, y'all.
Peace out.